Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Master Duel. Well, it's almost here. I literally just need 3 cards and, well, only 2 of them are really essential. This one's just a flex slot. But otherwise, I have 90% of the Blue Eyes Primite deck, like, raring to go. The main deck is done. I just ran out of UR dust to recraft everything. I sort of regret now the decrafting, the Heretic Seal, the Royal Rare that I had, but the 30 dust that it gave me allowed me to craft this deck in particular. Good God, I can't believe I got a Royal Rare Lordy Lord. Oh my God, I still call it Lordy Lord. It means it was meant to be, so there is that. But because I still lack some of the key pieces in this deck, I think I'm gonna hold off on showing off in this deck. And for the time being, I'll still be rocking Yubel Fiendsmith. Don't get me wrong, the deck is still really damn good. And with Aerial Eater, actually, I've been playing with it off camera, and it's been really good. Just do note that the fusion material are going to have to be the same attribute of monsters. I tend to forget that whenever I'm doing my combo stuff, and well, once I forget, I break pretty goddamn hard. But yeah, Aerial Eater is, for me at least, the better pick between that and Necroquip Princess, because you're going to end with Necroquip Princess on board more as removal. But if you want something to extend your combos, Aerial Eater is the better option. So that will be replacing the card that we lost, Lady Beatrice. The Queen has been dead, and well, we're gonna get this guy now. So without further ado, let's rock it with Yubel. Lost a die roll, so let's see how hard my opponent is gonna combo off. We do have a Maxi, and we have a Drone and Lockbird, and I will definitely wanna... Well, I wanna draw some cards, and I also have a Fuolos. So Ash Blossom check, opponent. Do you have it? Do you not? We're gonna find out soon enough. I've actually been thinking if I should just decraft the Purulia that I have in my collection, because Fualos is just so much better than Purulia, and you can only really have ever really have Purulia if you have the deck space for it, because more often than not you're not going to. So we're gonna do that now. It's a summon from deck, so I'm gonna Maxi and Fualos here, and I'm gonna see if you have a response. Okay, good. So you're gonna stop the Maxi at least. You're gonna make me draw a few cards still with Fualos, because you're gonna summon from deck. And if there's anything I know about Memento, and I know very little, is that they won a major tournament recently. So this archetype has legs, but it took them a while to find those legs. Granted, they are a bunch of reincarnations of long dead monsters, so do with that information what you will. Or I think the better way to describe them is they are retrains of really old normal monsters. I mean, I recognize this guy, Darkblade. He used to be a king in normal monster beats, like way back when. So there's that. This one is also a really old card named Angwitch. So there's that. Okay, using Crossout on Imperm means that my opponent really wants their combos to go through. Unfortunately, I have a third hand trap in the wings. But I actually want to draw cards, and I want my opponent to keep comboing off. So go, opponent, you do you. I'm not going to draw you here because I want to draw cards. Sure, special summon from hand. I'm not going to draw from that. I believe they're gonna stop the moment they get their main deck boss monster, because that's what will start causing the negates. What Memento has. The thing about Memento is they love to destroy their own stuff for fun and profit, and if they do destroy their own stuff for fun and profit, well, they gain a lot of advantage. So it's basically a slightly better version of Unchained, because they have so many other monsters compared to what Unchained does. At least that's the impression I'm getting. I did try playing this deck in the event that highlighted them, and they're really damn consistent. They just needed to swap a few cards here and there, but otherwise, yeah, this deck's really goddamn good. So Opponent is going to be comboing off. I'm not going to use Drone and Lockbird because I want them to commit as much as possible to their combo so that I can draw a couple more cards because they're still under Fuwalos. And they will not be able to use Maxi on my turn, so that is something. And Memento combos also take a notoriously long time. And I did try it in the event, and it took me about 200 seconds to at least figure out what to do how to do the optimal stuff at first, and then as the event progressed over time, I did get slightly better, but the competition that Memento had in that event was just absurdly unfair. I don't even remember what it was put up against, but I did not like the fact that Memento was the weakest of the 3 decks that were present for that event. Good God. If we do get a survey for that, I am gonna rate it lowly solely because of that. But my opponent's still gonna keep comboing off. I don't know if they're even at the end of their combo line yet, so I'll just see you guys at the beginning of my turn. Okay, we're back. And my opponent actually just ended on this, the field spell. His Memento monsters cannot be affected by spells and traps if they battle, and then if a monster is destroyed, they can just bring him back. So, we're gonna see if this will get a reaction out of him. They do have only 1 card in hand, and I'm pretty sure they have a negate somewhere in here. Because I know Goblin is a pseudo-negate. If you discard this card, well, you can't target it. Okay, yeah. I believe this is the negate. Discard this card, target a face-up. Well, take control of it. So it's not exactly a negate, but it's definitely... I can definitely count it as one. So, okay. That did not get a rise out of my opponent, so that is only mildly concerning. Let's see if this gets a reaction out of him. They are taking their sweet time, so... Okay, target an equal number. Okay, sure. And then opponent's gonna destroy mine as well. So there we go. And then they're gonna gain an advantage out of that. And oh dear God, I mean they already picked their targets. So I guess we just go here. So we do this, and then I believe. Wait, what happens if I destroy one of their targets? Let's actually see what happened. Oh, nope. We will not destroy card. Nope. Alright, cool. So destroyed everything, but I think that's fine for them because the field spell will now work and revive one of them. So it'll revive the fusion monster, then it'll revive everything else. So I'm still not sure what I should stop. But then again, my hand pretty much sucks, so I do not know if we even stand a chance here. We're gonna see. For now, we're just gonna live with whatever it is my opponent is trying to do. Okay, cool. Sending it out to defense position, but not like I can do anything about this anyway. Oh, wait, no. I can do something. I can play another Spirit Gate because its revival effect is a soft once per turn, so there is that. Opponent is activating a bunch of effects that I do not know what it's gonna do. Okay, sure. That adds to hand, sure. What does this do? I believe this is the one that searches normal special summon. Yeah, it adds to hand, so we'll definitely try to droll here so that we can do something about whatever it is my opponent is doing. Okay, there we go. I mean, granted, we won't be able to do too much else after this, but Yubel Fiendsmith can play under Droll pretty well. Why can't I activate this? Because we're under Droll? Okay, that's actually really fascinating. Wait, I can't activate it from hand? That's actually... It's actually really fascinating that you can't even bother to activate this. Well, it's because this is like a... because of the cost of it activating that allows you to add the Dark Beckoning Beast. That's it's actually really weird that it's worded that way. Oh well. I mean, if I lose because I screwed over myself because of trying to droll them out of their own searches, I mean, so be it. My hand pretty much sucked anyway, I mean, as you guys saw. But otherwise, we're just gonna move on to the next duel. Lost a die roll, but my opponent made me go first, so that is automatically the scariest thing I will see my entire life. We can set up for success here by going into Phantom of Yubel right away, but I think I'm gonna bait it out first. See what they have in their hand, if anything at all, because they're rocking a normal size deck, so that's already a cause for concern in my book. Okay, they're obviously gonna let that one go, so we're gonna see. We'll obviously discard the Luri. There we go. Then Luri will activate its effect. Then we do this. And then we'll normal summon some Sara these nuts. Then we'll activate the effect. Opponent, do you have something for that? Okay, now you're gonna Ash it. Alright, cool. That still means that we can do a few things. But I'm not sure how far we can go. Well, we can get into Requiem, then Requiem into the other stuff, but we won't have a way to get, the, excuse me, we won't have a way to get Engraver off the field, so I think we'll just end on this, and then pass. I don't exactly have too many prospects here. I can use Sequence, to be honest, and then just dump, Samsara these nuts in the graveyard, but we already used its effect, so I think we're still gonna do fine. Although, with it's gonna be a waste now that I think about it. But I think I should just run scared here because who knows what my opponent could potentially have. They do have an Ash, so they could have a host of other hand traps. We're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna play a little scared here because my opponent is rocking a 40 card deck. So let's see what my opponent is gonna do. I mean, if it's Tenpai and I'm just dead, then so be it. Because Tenpai is still Tenpai, in spite of all of the hits to it. But I can definitely see Tenpai being on the downturn ever since the limit of Kaimen and whatnot. And a lot of their power cards. Basically, all of the power cards that Tenpai has are limited to 1 now. So they're not going to be consistent anymore. Getting to their OTK is extremely fragile now. But we're going to see. I mean, there are still people who are dedicated to the deck. So we're going to see what kind of shenanigans, OTK shenanigans in specific, my opponent has. Alright, cool. Forbidden Droplet is a way to go. They're discarding Clockwork Factory, I believe. Yeah, Clockwork Knight. So that could be indication that they're just playing a stun deck with a bunch of Go First cards. Which is okay. I mean, do you, opponent. So there's that. Okay. Oh, right. I didn't even know that Clockwork Knight had a graveyard effect. Because it's mostly used for its on-field shenanigans. Sent to graveyard. Diza Blaster. Wait. Hold on. Is this what I think it is? I don't think... discard 1 card. I don't quite remember what this is for, but I know I should keep that in mind. So we're gonna negate that with Ash. See if it baits something out of my opponent. No, it does not. Alright, cool. I don't remember who uses Diza Blaster. Is it Blue Eyes? Okay, they're gonna use Thrust here. I'm assuming they're gonna get Triple Tactics Thrust. Hold on. Negate any card effects activated in the column. If there's a column with no cards, special summon. Okay, negate any cards in the cards column. Sure. Okay. That's fascinating. Okay. If there's a column with no cards, special summon this card from your hand to your zone in that column. I think he's just a really weird negate. If anything, because if you have an empty field, you can also use Diza Blaster as a starter. So there is that. Opponent's gonna be taking their sweet ass time using Thrust here. Okay. Well, it makes sense for this to be in Cyber Dragons because Diza Blaster is a light machine at that. So okay. Searching a Cyber Dragon card or Cyber Dragon monster, so to speak. Opponent is taking way too long to make their decisions. I'm pretty dead here unless they somehow run out of time, which is always a possibility, especially with these OTK decks that love to build a board. Cyber Dragon being one of them. What? They're just gonna go with that? I mean, sure, not even going for the free attack here because you negated its effect, opponent. You probably missed a lot of damage out of that one. And because of, I think my opponent doesn't know. He negated Phantom of Yubel's effect, so he should have been very, very free to do what he needed to do there. Good God. Okay, so we're just gonna summon some out of these nuts and combo off. So here we go. Unless the last card in hand is another Ash Blossom, but I highly doubt it. So we're gonna get Spirit Effect. I think we're just going to get 2 other Yubels on board and just try to kill him here. Or we can also go for the Varudras, so that's also a spicy thing we can do. So we destroy Spirit, then we get Grave Squirmer. There we go. So this unlocks our deck for us here. Okay, yep, yeah. We do that. There we go. I think, yeah, we have those 2, and then we just attack into Cyber Dragon. And then, or we can also go into Varudras, now that I think about it. But we're gonna see. Special summon Yubel, yes. There we go. This is only what? 2, 4, 6, 6,000. There's only 6,300, so not dead at all. So we're just gonna summon this. We're not gonna destroy a card. We need it in the graveyard so that we can have Varudras. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We can do the other thing. We literally just need to pile on the damage here. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this, and we're gonna use this. There we go. And then we're gonna get Moon of the Ghost Heaven. And yeah, I know. I'm gonna miss the timing here. So then we're gonna go through the Fiendsmith line. So this is gonna take a while. I'm gonna try to kill my opponent if they. I mean, they're gonna see if I can do this whole combo, I guess. But they're pretty dead, so I'll just come back when I finish this duel off. I mean, granted, my opponent could have Nibiru for all I care, so we're gonna find out soon enough. So I'll see you guys at the end of this duel. Okay, we're here at the end of the duel, and expectedly, my opponent lost. They did do something really spicy by using Chimera Tech as a form of removal, which is something that I did not expect at all out of this Cyber Dragon player, but he did it and did manage to buy himself a couple of turns by using, well, this card. So yeah, kudos to them for that. But ultimately, the power of Yubel was simply too much for them. Let's move on to the next duel. Alright, opponent's going first, so we're gonna see if we draw into any hand traps. No, we do not. So we're just gonna see how hard my opponent can jork it until I give up on this world. So they do have a decently sized deck. Ooh, opponent's playing dinosaurs. Good God. Oh, it always warms my heart to see dino players still trying to this day. Destroying Nibiru might not be a good idea, opponent, but hey, if you needed to do that to summon Xeno Meteorus, then so be it. So there is that. Okay, yep, Animator Archosaur, yeah. This combo line is extremely familiar to me because when I first started out here in Master Duel, I was a dinosaur player. Good God, this brings back so many memories. It's only been a couple of years since since the beginning of this entire playlist, and this has already given me a huge wave of nostalgia. Yep, Animadorn Archosaur into Linkaribo. Yep. Double Evo Pill. Oh, wait, your hand sucks? Really? You don't have much else in your hand? You have nothing but hand traps, opponent? Man, really? That's sad. You can't do any more? You just have UCT pass? Ugh. That is not a good sign, opponent. That is not a good sign at all. Oh boy. Well, I'm sorry, UCT. I mean, you're still one of my boys, but good God. I'm gonna need to show you that, well, dinosaurs are just not cutting it anymore. And with Kashtira still in the goddamn format, you know, rampaging about here and there as the anti-meta pick, which surprisingly is what happened to Kashtira. We just can't. Dinosaurs simply cannot. Although, granted, UCT's Book of Eclipse form of removal is still really damn good. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna use it here before anything else can happen. Good God. Oh my God. Should I actually do it before he does anything else? Oh my God. That is the way to go, to be honest. But we're gonna do it like this. There we go. Because we have not normal summoned. So I think giving them priority will be the death of me here. So we're gonna do it like this. So we're gonna normal summon. We're not gonna allow them. Okay, they're gonna get priority nonetheless. Yeah, about what I expected. I think we should still try and do this. Wait, no, we can. Oh my God, I can do it. Oh my God, it feels so bad. UCT used to be my boy. Oh my God. So we're gonna allow that to happen, and then we're gonna use Requiem. I'm gonna tribute itself. Yeah, we're not gonna use any of those effects. We're gonna get the shiny engraver. There we go. And then we're gonna use Requiem's effect. There we go. We're gonna equip him onto engraver. There we go. Then we'll use engraver's effect to send this and send this. There we go. And that'll allow us to get a measly 1800 points of damage in. But it's gonna be quite the uphill battle for my dinosaur opponent here. So we're gonna see how far they even go, if they even get off the ground at all. Fiendsmith's Tract is not gonna do much because we don't exactly have material, so we're gonna pass. I still have a hand trap, and then we have Called by the Grave because dinosaurs love playing out of the graveyard. Then we're gonna see if my opponent has anything else. Dark Hole is not nothing, but it does put the Grave Squirmer in the graveyard, so that is okay. That's fascinating. That is fine. What do we draw? Ooh, okay. That is one of the draws of all time, so I think we can just go full combo here. I'm pretty confident that my opponent has nothing, and if they don't have anything to this, they could just concede. You know, not waste any more of their time. But if they have another Nibiru in hand, which is I think will be likely, or they could also have Thean, I think is the actual name, but I'm not too sure. We can. Ooh, actually, do we get tracked? No, I don't think so. I think we should just go for the for this line right here. Move to close heaven. Unfortunately, Requiem is in the graveyard, so I think what we should do is we'll use Engraver's effect to shuffle in the Luri. There we go. I'm gonna shuffle in the Luri, then we'll summon Engraver out. We already have enough material on board. Then we'll use Tract again. We're just gonna try to assemble lethal here. We're gonna add this to hand. There we go. Then we'll discard him. There we go. Okay. Then Luri does its thing. And there we go. We're making the most out of what the gods above has deemed us so. Okay, there we go. Then we're gonna use these two as link fodder. There we go. So we have sequence, and then sequence effect. There we go. Equip this card from your field or graveyard. So we can also use it as that. So we're gonna use these three. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. Then we'll put Desiree there. And then once that happens, we can use Tract again. But I'm not going to. We'll use this instead. Yeah. We're gonna use Muckracker. There we go. Again, we're just gonna try to assemble lethal here. I think it's possible. Yeah, we're just going to go into the Unchained line, and then we're gonna kill my opponent. So unless my opponent has something else here, they're pretty much dead. So we're just gonna move on to the next duel. Lots of die roll yet again, and opponent is going first. Let's see if we have any hand traps. No, we do not. So let's see how hard my opponent can jork it. They have a regular size deck and they're playing Centurion. Okay. So this is a combo that's going to take forever and a day to complete. So I'll just see you guys at the beginning of my turn. Okay, we're back. And, well, my opponent jorked it as hard as they could and they ended up with this bullshit. Okay. They don't exactly have a lot in their graveyard for me to shotgun it right away. So, and they have 2 cards in hand, which could potentially be any number of hand traps. So, we're gonna start off with Fiendsmith Engraver. Let's see if that fiends a negation out of them. I'm mostly doing it to get Bar on the Floor out, like, as much as possible. So, we're gonna see if it even gets anywhere. And my opponent only has enough space to make at least 3 other synchro monsters, because they have two here and then the extra monster zone. So let's see if my opponent still keeps jorking it even at my turn. So there we go. Okay, that happened. We get one of the 3 copies of Fiendsmith's Tract. I still believe there should be a 3 of in your deck, because I mean, granted, it is searchable and the deck is so goddamn consistent anyway. Rather, the engine is so consistent that you don't exactly need too many of them, but I prefer to have the redundancy. Okay, so they have 1 unknown in hand, so that is something. So that happened, and then Emeth, there we go, then Primera does her thing, getting another copy of the field spell. Okay, then Stand Up Centurion. I'm assuming doing those 2 away. Go on ahead. Okay, Crimson Dragon, I believe, is going to go into Red Supernova, because it's literally the only other target that they have. And then once that happens, we're gonna be pretty dead here. Oh, going for Cosmic Blazar instead. Okay, cool. I mean, it's the same thing. Now they have 2 negates rather than just 1. Alright, cool. Triple attack. There we go. We're gonna try to take control of one of these monsters. Just get any and all of these negations out of the way. There we go. Yep. We're literally gonna punch through all of your negations here, opponent. I believe Dispater is, well, he's not a negate, but he is okay, he is a negate. Alright, cool. I am very pessimistic about my odds here. Otherwise, I'll just commit Honorable Sudoku by normal summoning Grave Squirmer and then crashing into one of my opponent's monsters. Yeah, getting some out of these nuts is always the better option. There we go. Alright, well, that's on the field. Do they have Lock and Lolbird? Okay, cool. Those guys don't exactly matter. So we're gonna try Fiendsmith's Tract here. We're gonna save some out of these nuts later. There we go. Alright, cool. Does my opponent wanna stop this? They don't yet. Okay, we're gonna get Luri. Then discard the Luri. Almost misclicked there and discarded some out of these nuts. There we go. Then Luri, activate effect. I'm assuming they're gonna let that one through. They're gonna negate either the Requiem, or hell, they could even negate some out of these nuts. Any one of those 2 is a good negate. Okay, then we play this. My opponent is still not doing anything. They're being really good about their negates here, and I definitely applaud them for that. Okay, they do something about that. No, not yet. Okay, then we do this. There we go. Then activate that effect. I'm assuming this is where they shoot it, if at all. If not, they're gonna save it for this, because this is what will allow me to punch through everything and not worry too much about the consequences. Okay, activate. I'm assuming this is where. Oh, okay. They're not doing that. Huh. Opponent, are you sure about this? Okay, I did not expect to get this far. Huh. Again, I didn't. This is wow. Okay. Again, I did not expect to just be where I am right now. So I guess I do this. Okay, there we go. Get Requiem, then Requiem into the other Requiem into the other guy. Oh wait, no. Before anything else, I mean, if my opponent's gonna be that way, we're gonna shuffle these two back into the deck. There we go. Then put this here so that we have insurance against any one of these two negates. Okay, then we do this. There we go. Again, my opponent is being really damn good about their negate, because I'm assuming what will happen is if this is the fight, then I'm gonna fight it. God damn it! They could negate Requiem, or I could stop there, and that will leave Dissipator wide open. There we go. I'm not actually going to stop that. That is completely fine in my book. There we go. Okay, and then I think using Called by the Griffon Primera here while their Baron de Fleur negate is down is pretty fine. So there we go. And that will also negate the effects for their turn, so that's actually really good. There we go. Then I don't have anything that needs to be cross-out designated, so that is fine. We can actually do a spicy thing. So we'll return Luri into the deck using Agnus Dei's effect. There we go. And that's also another thing that I'm waiting for, is the second wave of support for Fiendsmith. That's why I'm not exactly decrafting this deck anytime soon, because there's still a second wave of support, whenever that'll be. Okay, the Agnus Dei is on the field. There we go. Activate effect. Do you have something for this, opponent? This is a negate and destroy, right? And if you shuffled into your opponent's deck, negate the effect. Okay. It's not exactly a negate. It's more of a destroy. You can target one banished card, shuffle it into the deck. Yeah. But he can also banish the stuff that I have in the or rather target stuff in my target my own stuff as well. So there is that. I believe Baron de Fleur's time is already done, so I think trying to shuffle in Dissipator is the better solution, I hope. Okay, cool. Baiting it out there, so that is fascinating. I guess now it's time to do this. There we go. I'll only be swinging in for 3,000 points of damage because they already used their Baron de Fleur negate. So there's that. And what did they try to shuffle back in? The Primera. Alright, cool. I think we're still fine. Yeah, we're still fine. Cool. This is turning out to be a far more interesting duel than I thought. I thought they would just shotgun all of the negates here, but I guess they were they are very patient, and I definitely commend them for that. So okay, then Engraver. There we go. He already did his thing. Then that thing will happen. There we go. Alright. A3. Normal special summon. If you upload an emblema, draw one card. You cannot special summon it for the rest of the turn, sure. I'm assuming they'll just draw their one card and be hopefully happy with it. There we go. Spirit of Yubel does their thing. And then we do this. There we go. And then I think we're gonna try to assemble lethal here. I think? Question mark. Activate Nightmare Pain. We have not activated that thing the entire game. And good God, finally baited something out of my opponent. Oh my God. I guess we destroy Yubel here. If they don't have anything else. They don't have any onboard negates anymore, so they're gonna be fighting from hand. If at all. So we're gonna summon him. And then we'll destroy OG Yubel. There we go. And then, oh wait, no, we're gonna miss the timing, because it's not the last thing. Okay, cool. Oh wait, no, we're still fine. Nightmare Throne saved us there. Oh my God. If Nightmare Throne weren't there, then we would have missed the timing so horribly. So we add this to hand. There we go. And then we summon Terror Incarnate onto the field. There we go. Before damage calculation is targeted for an attack. Okay, cool. And then we do the thing. We link summon away these two. We only have 80 seconds left, so we're gonna see if we can even make it. That happens. Again, there are no onboard negates for my opponent now. It's just going to be fighting from hand. So we're gonna do our thing here. Oh god. We get Lacrima. So we use these two as fusion material, unfortunately. Oh god. I guess I should have used Aerial Ether, but I don't think it's in the cards. So we're just going to use Lacrima as link material here, so because we won't have any targets. We don't have any targets in the graveyard. Okay, this is a cause for concern. There we go. I guess we set up the other Phantom Yubel. We're gonna return these two. There we go. And then we're gonna do this. I may or may I probably should not have done that, but we're gonna see. And then I guess we're just gonna allow Terror Incarnate to wipe the board? Question mark. Yeah, I believe that's it. Well, we can't get over Oxala, so that is a thing. Well, we can get over Oxala, but we're gonna have to use Appaloosa to do it, so I don't think that's our problem. Okay, we're gonna do our thing here. We're gonna attack into this. I think only if we're the one attacking. Okay, cool. We're just gonna get rid of Bar on the Floor here. I don't know if I played that optimally, but it's something. Then I believe that's it. Alright, cool. We're just gonna allow Terror Incarnate to destroy the board, and we're gonna be happy with it. So there we go. There we go, opponent. You have one more turn. There we go. All monsters on the field are destroyed. They still have access to a level 12, so they could still have something here. Okay, they summon Primera Pyramus. Cool. Cosmic Blazar comes back, so that's mildly concerning. But they don't exactly have an easy way to get rid of this, so we're gonna find out if my opponent does something else here. Lubellion, okay, sure. I mean, that is just a way to get to the other bestials that have quote-unquote negation. Okay, Pizza Hut is fine. I'm assuming they're gonna use that right away to get rid of one of the stuff in my graveyard. Are you just gonna attack? Because that's gonna sting, opponent. Because that's what Terror Incarnate does. Unless you have a way to destroy Terror Incarnate. Because at the moment, it doesn't have any protection, so... you can oh, he reduced the level. That is fascinating. Okay, let's see what else my opponent tries to do here. They could summon Trudea, but again, they need a way to destroy Terror Incarnate in order to win the game here. Okay, getting another Crimson Dragon. I'm assuming they have another level 12 worth summoning. Okay, Gargoyle Effect. Again, I just set Crossout Designator as a bluff. Okay, cool. Using that, let's see if this gets something out of them. We're just gonna shuffle the deck here. This card is pretty worthless at this point. I guess we get rid of a Max C because again, it's not going to do too much here. Let's see if my opponent has anything else for that. Okay, if all effects are resolving, we're gonna banish one of the Max Cs and we're gonna turn off priority. Let's see if my opponent has another level 12. Specifically one that will destroy Terror Incarnate. Because if he doesn't, and he attacks into it. A second Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Really, opponent. Okay, they have not shown me that they have a way to destroy Terror Incarnate. They could just attack. Again, if they attack into it, they're gonna be in for quite the shock that I don't exactly need Nightmare Pain for Terror Incarnate to do its thing. So, opponent, if you don't have a way to destroy Terror Incarnate, opponent, you're gonna be dead. Come on, opponent. I am actually seriously rooting for my opponent because that's literally all they need. If they get a way to destroy Terror Incarnate, I am dead here. I am super dead here. I have nothing in hand. I only have the field spell and Terror Incarnate to live off of. Okay, cool. Summoning Gargoyle again. Why would you get rid of your field spell? I guess you don't have any more synchro targets because, I mean, you still have 9 cards in your extra deck. You probably have Legate in there, or Legate. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that word. Okay, summoning out Lubellion, sure? Question mark? I don't know why you would do that. Do you have a Link monster that you're gonna go into? Okay, placing a branded continuous spell and trap. That is fine, I guess. All my priority is turned off anyway. Okay, cool. Drago Worm. Was it Drago Worm or is it Brago Worm? Ringo Worm. Okay, cool. Summoning a level 2. Is it a tuner? Well, they can treat it as a tuner. So they have a level 10. What level 10 could you have that will destroy Terror Incarnate? We're gonna find out soon enough. Okay, they found a way. My opponent found a way. All right, cool. Yep. My opponent definitely deserved this one. Whoo, boy. And we're going to cut it here with my opponent gloriously. Well, we're just going to return something into the deck, but they're obviously going to negate that. Yeah, my opponent definitely... I put my opponent through the ringer there. Good God. They had to use a lot of their resources. They could have just let that go. I was just going to return, like, what? The Phantom of Yubel to my deck, and he gave me one more turn that I definitely do not deserve here. But I mean, what am I gonna do in the face of all this? So yeah, my opponent definitely deserved this win right here. And if you guys like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.